Okay, for this part, I'm going to be making the part of the beam that I'm going to have two 2x12 boards, and I'm going to put them and sandwich this half-inch plywood between them to give me the thickness I want for the beam I'm making. So, just showing you a little bit of that. I have two sawhorses underneath here. I'm just going to cut right over the top of the sawhorses. There's some 2x4 scrap lumber on top of the sawhorses, so taking my saw across it isn't going to wreck my sawhorses. I can just replace those pieces of scrap. One little tip, when you're setting the depth of your cutting blade, if you put the depth so that half of the tooth right here, just get it so the tooth is halfway below the depth of the board when you're holding it up against it. Helps prevent kickbacks, and the kickbacks can sometimes be kind of devastating if you like your fingers and face and all that to stay intact. So I'm going to snap some chalk lines and get to cutting. Okay, I'm in the shed here where I'm constructing the beam. So like I was saying maybe before, is that I'm putting two 2x12s together, and I'm sandwiching a half-inch sheet of plywood between them, and then glue it, nail it, and it's going to be a super solid, super heavy beam. Not looking forward to having to lift this thing, but anyway, here's my layout. I have it sitting here. I have it shimmed underneath because I want this thing to be sitting level. I threw a 6-foot level on this thing to get it to be as level as possible, so when I nail it and glue it, I don't want there to be any bends in it, just from the way I had it set up. So I've got this sitting here. I got the sheets of plywood I just finished cutting. I've got the other layers of 2x12 sitting here ready to go on top of that. So this is the start of that. I'm going to make sure, like I said, I've got it level, got it shimmed up for that. I'm also going to throw a string on it to make sure it doesn't have a bend in it going this way. So I want this thing to be as straight as possible when I glue and nail it together. Okay, I'm going to apply the glue, put down the half-inch plywood. I'm going to screw that to the other piece, come back, reapply another layer of glue, put down the next 2x12 over that, and then I'm going to nail that all together. Okay, I'm back the next day. I had to stop what I was doing. I was running out of battery power in my camera, running out of daylight, don't have electricity in the shed, and I was tired, so I stopped. Got everything set up. It was nice and straight, set in nice. It's all screwed in place. Looks good so far. So now I'm going to do the last piece of this beam. I've got the 2x12s standing on the edge, ready to apply. I'm going to put down a layer of adhesive, put the pieces in place, tack them down with some screws, and come back and nail it all really well with a pneumatic nailer. It's looking really nice and straight, nice and level looking. Everything's good so far, so here we go. All right, got the beam constructed. I got a little bit of a bend on it there down the end, but that's just something I can move by hand. There is a little bit of flex to this thing side to side, but this thing is very heavy, very strong now. So I could just probably give a little tap, straighten that out. Very happy with how this turned out. Now I just got to find some friends to help move this thing. Well, back here and just finished putting the main beam in the greenhouse, as you can see. Really thrilled to get this done because it's been a pain in the butt to get this thing lifted, moving around. And I really apologize. I wanted to put all this on video for you to see and how it all went. I got a few pictures that you can look at on how it went, but how it worked was I'm a man of very few friends, and I had the two friends that I know of show up to help me maneuver this thing into place, and one of them is an Amishman. Very nice guy, and to honor his wishes of not being photographed because it's against their religion, I said that I would not take pictures of him or videos of him in this out of respect. So that's just the way it goes, and I'd just rather have this thing put in place than to worry about getting pictures of it. This thing, oh, tripped in a hole. This thing's 36 feet long and approximately 400 pounds. It was pretty much all that three of us could handle, just carrying it down the hill to get it here. And then we got it down here, hooked it up to the tractor and the loader, drove up in this hill, lifted it up with the loader. It was just far enough reach that we could just drop it into place, a little tight on the one end, a little persuasion with the hammer, and got the thing put down where it needs to be. And it was just absolutely perfect for position, length, level. Everything worked out great. Very happy with it.